Oh my God, someone has to call LHHNY because hip-hop and love have now become much more treacherous. This time, the drama is serious. The connection might destroy your career and cause complete chaos. Yandy Smith's revelation not only shocked me, but she also slapped him, which is even crazier. It turned out to be a live reality TV show. In essence, the question is what Mendeecees accomplished to merit this momentous event. Yandy's own friends and family members are the ones who were caught red-handed betraying her in the most worst way possible. The disrespect, humiliation in public, and scandal that no one saw coming may be the reason why fans are going crazy. We all know that Mendeecees and Yandy Smith have had their share of highs and lows, but this time is unique and unrelated to jail time. What really matters are, who is this mystery person? How did Mendeecees get into trouble? And did Yandy do more than just smack people? To date, this has been the most significant love and hip-hop fiasco. Hold on tight, for this drama is just beginning. When Yandy feels deceived, you can tell she's looking for blood because this is a personal issue rather than a business conflict. Therefore, let's begin anew and examine everything more closely. It began when gossip began to circulate in the love and hip-hop neighborhoods, claiming that Mendeecees had been drawing too much attention to himself. At first, Yandy ignored the trust because, let's face it, people often cause problems in celebrity relationships. But as the evidence mounted, the final piece of the puzzle, a leaked video, was joined by the late-night call and the enigmatic text messages. These were private surveillance videos, not just any old video. Yandy noticed that Mendeecees was getting too close to someone. A kind but unfriendly hug and whispering in her ear are what I mean by near. And worse, it wasn't just any woman. It was a member of Yandy's family. Someone she had always believed in, supported, and looked out for. Following the disclosure of the truth, sources said she showed up out of the blue at a private gathering where Mendeecees and this mystery woman were hanging together. When she first walked in, she just looked at Mendeecees, and the room fell silent. She didn't want to play the fool, and decided to deal with things head-on in the love and hip-hop style. Claimed that in a split second the energy changed. Yandy was furious that the woman had done such a major offense. You would think Mendeecees would try to explain himself, but instead, he just sat there, perhaps realizing that everything in his world was about to fall apart, until he was slapped across the face in such a contemptuous way that everyone in the room gasped. This is what we're doing now in my face with my man. The betrayal was real and means he had zero excuses that could save him. This wasn't just any tap. This was a full-on BET Awards reality TV history type drama. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, she turned to the woman. You already know what happened next. The video caused a rift among followers after it became popular on social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and vlogs. Others added, "Ain't no way Mendeecees is walking away from the issue without some significant damage control and the full story first," while others replied, "Wait, let's get the complete story first." Crucially, who is the woman? Because, believe me, this name will shock you. Let's go back a little because, if we're going to discuss Mendeecees' betrayal, we need to address the past. We've seen the warning signs before, and we didn't want to believe them. Remember that time he appeared on TV and essentially said, Yandy. He wouldn't have done the same for her, but he held him down while he was in prison. Then came the drama of their legal marriage, in which Yandy was yelling from rooftops that she was an amorous heiress before it was revealed that she hadn't ever signed the paperwork. Now that we see Mendeecees out here acting awkwardly once more, Mendeecees was freaking out because the internet was eating him up, even though he tried to act like it was nothing and laughed it off in front of others. How many more chances will you give this man? Mendeecees should have left years ago. Is anyone truly shocked by this mess? Let's return to the mess after this lap. Before, it was awful, and to make matters worse, the woman in question didn't say anything in public, so guesses began to circulate. Was it someone from their business circle, the Love and Hip Hop cast, or someone even closer? Some fans vowed, I must say. People began watching old footage and analyzing every moment she spent with other women on the show, assuming it was someone like Kim Bella or Erica Mena, who both had a turbulent past with Yandy. However, an Instagram gossip page abruptly published an exclusive, claiming to have insider information about the woman's identity, and the moment people saw the name Chaos, because, even though everyone was shocked by the name, let's start by discussing the harm this scandal is causing to Yandy's empire. She is a businesswoman with partnerships, brand endorsements, and other endorsements. And at this point, the drama is endangering everything. Some companies have already reevaluated their agreements with her, and that's not even counting. This isn't over by a long shot, because once we reveal who the woman in this video is, Yandy might just burn it all down. The worst part of it is her image as the strong ROA wife who built a kingdom while holding down her man. Yes, that's collapsed. If there's one thing Yandy won't give up, it's tampering with her bags. The woman is none other than Judy Harris. Yes, N's own mother. Before you all yell, yes, I said it, Judy Harris. Let me tell you that this is the name that sent everyone into a frenzy on Twitter, Instagram, and every gossip blog when it was revealed which man DC was allegedly having an affair with. Let's break this down completely, because this is some next-level love and hip-hop madness. According to the anonymous source who leaked the information, Yandy had been suspicious of me and Judy's unusual closeness for months at the time the exclusive hit the internet. People were shocked, frustrated, disgusted, and most importantly, they were questioning everything. At first, she dismissed it because it was his mother, but then small details surfaced, like the fact that Judy always supported M, even when he was completely mistaken. They're strange, absurd, inside jokes, and the fact that Judy always appeared to be present when M was occupied. However, it was a phone bill that truly caused Yandy to raise an eyebrow. As Yandy was managing the family business, she happened to come across M's call logs and was surprised to discover that Judy was the most frequently contacted number on the list. Not homeboys, business partners, or even Yandy herself. Initially, she assumed it was a mother and son checking in. But then she noticed the hours, 2 and 3 a.m. And what in the world should a mother and son be discussing at 4 o'clock in the morning? 4 a.m. And then it became very gloomy, because the leaked communications were flirtatious and had pet names. Oh, they were awful. There are inside jokes that sound way too personal, and even some messages that, let's just say, should never be between a mother and son. As you may recall, Judy has always been too involved in men's relationships in Washington, D.C., and the internet doesn't buy it. Now Mendeecees is out there disputing everything he's saying, this is crazy, this is my mother. You guys are horrible for even thinking about this. He controls who he dates by arguing with Yandy about the smallest things. Such delusional behavior is precisely what makes people believe this mess. She has been caught in messy situations before, such as when she attempted to falsify a marriage license for Yandy and Mendeecees to make a point. and she has often acted as though she is involved in a territorial conflict over her own son. Maybe this is the case. And now that she's tired, there are rumors that Yandy went straight home and began packing M's belongings after slapping her all over the world. Yes, Sis was done. She wasn't going to wait for a public statement, or to let Mies explain that she wanted him out right away. And when Mies got home, he discovered his clothes in trash bags by the door. Yandy stood there saying, "Take this mess and get out now." And rather than admitting his foolishness, he pretended to be offended and said, "Oh, so you're just going to believe the internet over me?" Yandy really thought that I would do some crazy things like that, but she wasn't trying to hear it. She hit him with the famous phrase, "I don't need to think, I know, and nothing else." I tried to convince him, but it was too late. Yandy had already decided. Then, during this whole ordeal, Judy went live, and I can tell you that this woman was crying and trying to look like the real victim. It was embarrassing, and Judy was on Instagram discussing how people are so. The way you're looking at me is strange, and we've only recently started. So why are you explaining so much? I would never do anything inappropriate with men. So why would you all spread these offensive rumors about me and my son, Yandy? She needs to stop. But the internet pulled her people, and people were saying, "Mom, you've been acting Sue since season 1. The worst thing that could have happened to Judy and Mies was the dropping of more receipts. A former assistant who had worked closely with the Harris family disclosed in an anonymous confession that Judy was always strangely possessed by Mies behind the scenes, allegedly controlling his finances and radically altering his life. By this time, the whispers were no longer even rumors. People were beginning to believe that there was a mother who would try to find her and me a separate home without asking why, or what kind of mother did that, according to this assistant. There is something very strange about the relationship between Judy and Mendeecees, and the harm was already done. Mendeecees' reputation was tarnished. Judy revealed what he and Yandy had done together. And let's not forget that this isn't just some random reality TV drama. According to some legal experts, there could be major repercussions if these accusations carry forward. There are rumors that Yandy Sis is planning to request full custody of the children, and who could blame her? If even half of these rumors are accurate, Anne has no business being around children, and Yandy isn't acting responsibly. According to others, this could become a full-scale family investigation. And just when we thought things could get any stranger, Yandy made her next move, which, baby, no one saw coming, because after kicking me out, she exposed the receipts and looked at the internet. I promise that the next movie Yandy makes will blow the world away because of what she did. To let him ruin her family shows that this war is far from over. Drag him and Judy for dirt. Yandy did the unimaginable and went straight to a lawyer. That's right. Sis wasn't just trying to end the relationship. She was going for blood, and what she did next sent shockwaves through the entire hip-hop and love world, because she wasn't just requesting full custody of the children. She was also planning to expose Mendeecees in a way that would permanently ruin him. Now let's. Yandy maneuvered these legal proceedings like a chess master, first filing an urgent petition for sole custody on the grounds that Mendeecees is a bad parent and that the children's welfare is in jeopardy, but then taking things a step further because it appears that Mendeecees is more knowledgeable than she is. We are talking about bank records, phone logs, and even possible witness testimony that could prove that M and Judy's relationship was even more inappropriate than people believed. The issue is that once these documents reach the courtroom, it's over. But if what insiders are saying is accurate, These new receipts could put M's life in ruins. When Yandy was pursuing legal action, Mises did something petty and babyish. And instead of staying silent and trying to clear his name, Mises ran straight into his ex's arms. Yes, Erica Dixon, and let me tell you, when this news broke on blogs, the internet went crazy because Erica is it's retaliation, not love. When you take into account that Yandy and Erica had been at each other's throats for years, and that the same ex who had been warning others about me for years remembers that she used to label Mises as manipulative, dishonest, and self-centered. People were saying things like, "This isn't love, it's a petty war," and not Erica taking in the trash. If you think that was awful, Judy chose to re-enter the argument because, right when we thought she would finally stop talking and leave, she went on a rampage. Despite Judy's efforts to clear her name through a full-fledged press tour that includes interviews, podcast appearances, and Instagram Live, I can tell you that she is actually making things worse by saying things like, "People just don't understand the type of bond men and I have. We have a connection that's deeper than most people can comprehend. Lady, you are not helping yourself," has been said by enough people online. So I'm sorry, Judy girl, I helped him. And I will always be the woman in his life. It's weird how you talk about him. If you want to show that you are not Sue, stop talking like this. But Bravo is taking over. Yes, the network. So the damage is already done. This isn't just reality TV drama anymore. Let's face it, this is some real-life mess that could ruin people's careers. Hip Hop and Love are now getting involved in the scandal, which has gotten so big that producers are starting to worry about the show's reputation. Bravo is reportedly thinking of severing its ties with Mendeecees and Judy. Happened, they'd lose everything. They stop appearing on reality TV, in clubs, or in brand deals, and guess what? Yandy is gorgeous, focusing on her children, doing business deals, and living the best life possible. Even better, she's ignoring the drama, so she's letting it. The truth always comes out, and when it does, Judy will have no one else to blame but herself, so they destroy themselves. And well, there you have it, people, the greatest scandal in hip-hop and love history, because, believe me, this is far from over. Judy placed Yandy where she belongs. So people, this drama is far from over. And you already know that the internet will be watching every second of it. However, I must ask, do you think Yandy is doing appropriately by seeking full custody